believe so, no. Well, I know he was, getting treatment and doing everything he can to be 100%. I still think it's a process like anything, and we'll see where he's at this week. Hopefully we can get him out there at practice, but if not, we've got a lot of confidence in just his ability to go out there and play at a high level.
It's a really strange injury because he also said that if he did have surgery, he wouldn't miss any time. But I guess if that was really the case, then I guess you would have it.
It's not COVID, though.
No, we have eliminated that it is not
so
COVID.
So it's not that. It's just a. I mean, he's been playing. He's 37 years old. He's going to be 38 by the end of the year.
Well, he suffered the injury during the workout during his COVID-19 quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, stuff breaks when you get older.
But what's remarkable is that he's playing at the level that he's playing with it. Since he's come back, his 64.3 completion percentage, 984 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, which is even more impressive given the foot situation, and 1 interception. And they're 9-3 and first in the NFC North, with a healthy lead on the Vikings, who are 5-7 and just lost to the Lions. The Packers host the Bears on Sunday night, 12.5-point favorites, according to Fox Bet, which coming off a bye, though.
I don't know.
Getting a little bit healthier.
A herd hierarchy. We'll see where we put the Packers.
Oh, okay.
I am very pro-Packers this year.
Yes, well, I think they play. You've acknowledged that they're a good team, but you haven't been convinced of the Packers for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because you felt they were more of a finesse team.
That's right. And they got
this
beat
year, they're
by...
very different.
Yeah, last year, a physical team, Tampa. Year before, physical team, San Francisco. This is the first year, and they're missing all sorts of starters. I felt like, they can go octagon. They can go right in there and go blow to blow. You have to be able to win more than one way.
Yes.
And I finally feel the Packers now can win more than one way.
That's why I think that win last night from the Patriots was so impressive.
Yeah.
So the 2021 Heisman Trophy finalists were announced yesterday. Michigan defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, Pitt's quarterback Kenny Pickett, Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud, and Alabama's quarterback Bryce Young. Bryce Young is currently the odds-on favorite to win at minus 5,000, according to Fox Bet. Aiden Hutchinson plus 2,000.
I want him to win.
Plus 3,000. Aiden?
I want a defensive player to win.
It would be cool. I mean, he's had 13.5 sacks, 10 quarterback hurries.
He was absolutely unblockable in the Ohio State game. And by the way, Bryce Young, all these kids are amazing. And Bryce is amazing.
Yeah.
But I feel like part of the Heisman is the fact that Michigan beat Ohio State and is number 2 in the country, and many think number 1, and they're not doing it with offense. Like, we don't think it's the quarterback. Why can't we finally break out of this, give it to the quarterback? Quarterbacks touch the ball 65 times, 70 times. Like, it's time to give a defensive player. Like, I'm trying to think.
The last defensive player to win it was Charles Woodson.
Okay, so
from Michigan.
My thing of the greatest defensive players in my life in college football that changed: Hugh Green, Leroy Selman, Steve Ettman, Charles Woodson, and this kid. Like, we're the story of the year. You can argue a defensive player is the story of the year in college football.
You have a lot of people that agree with you. I mean, obviously Bryce Young is having an incredible season, but, you want to reward other positions as well, especially when they are having years like Hutchinson is having. 5 consecutive Heisman winners have gone on to be selected in the first round of the NFL draft: Devontae Smith, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson, 3 of whom were number 1 overall picks. So the ceremony will be held in New York City on Saturday night, but congrats to all the finalists. So Manny Diaz was fired by Miami Monday after spending several days with his job status up in the air. Yesterday, he took a shot at the school, pretty predictably, on his way out about how it was handled. He said, "I'm disappointed in the university's decision and the manner in which this played out over the last few weeks. That certainly impacted our team, our staff, and their families. These are real people that gave everything to this program. For them, I hurt. Our players have proven their resiliency, so I know they will regroup and move forward with class, toughness, and unity." This was a very weird situation.
Choppy.
It was choppy. It was awkward.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were not very publicly, but there were enough leaks that it was very publicly a pursuit of Mario Cristobal. And they didn't fire Manny Diaz until, like I've been saying, sign on the dotted line. We're not making any moves until we know 100% that you're coming.
Yeah.
And from that perspective, I understand this is, again, a business. This is how these things are done. Sometimes they're not the most comfortable transitions.
Yeah.
And the school is under a lot of pressure to win. So that's how it goes. Now, if you were performing at the higher level, then they wouldn't be talking about Cristobal.
Right.
The other awkward part of this is kind of what he did to Temple before he took the Miami job.
Yes.
Like, he committed to being the Temple head coach, and then 3 weeks later bailed for Miami.
Yes.
So
this is why I stay out of the integrity thing. Coaches bail on schools.
Right.
Schools bail on coaches. I'm not going to be a moralist here. Too many people in the media get all upset. Schools. Lane Kiffin got fired in a parking garage at USC. After a game, he's in his car getting fired before he drives home to his beautiful family. It's both ways. It happens both sides.
It's a business. It's not romantic.
That's right.
It's not nostalgic. It doesn't make you feel good. It's not warm and fuzzy. But at the end of the day, these are their jobs. And it's a business. It's a transaction. It's a contractual business. It's a high-pressure business. It's a results-driven business.
Yeah.
So that's how these things are going to go. The one part I will defend Manny on, and obviously this was an uncomfortable situation, is that he's talking about his staff. And we so often focus on the big guys, the guys that are making $8 million a year, all of that. You have staffs, and those guys are not making that. Those women are not making that, and they now have to find new jobs, and they don't know what they're going to do with where they're going to move their kids and all of that. So we don't focus on the whole staff that's going to be replaced. So in that sense, that is fair. But this is the business.
Yep. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd.